Welcome back. It is Monday, September 18th, and the MLB our three favorite picks are on the way. It's Austin, joined by Logan. Hopefully, you guys didn't miss us too much on Sunday when we took the day off from MLB, but let's recap how we did on Saturday. Heck, 2 in 1 day. We were one Kyle Schwarber away from going 3-0. We can't get that sweep, but hey, we'll take the 2 in 1 day, take a little bit of profit. As always, we recommend only putting one unit on our plays. If you want to parlay them, hopefully today's a good day and we can get that 3-0 sweep that you guys all been longing for. Logan and I are longing for it too. But let's try to get it today. Now, I have a couple good news. Now, number one, the first good news, we got Monday Night Football. 2 videos, actually. Got 2 Monday Night Football games. Those videos are posted late last night. Go check them out. I'll link them at the end of the video. Number 2, our parlay of the day. You know, it's a Monday. We're going to do one. Three players each get a hit. The link's down below in the description. Should be live. I put on there soon because it should be out there soon. I don't necessarily know. We send the picks timers. They edit it, and then they post it. Now, the sad news, though, well, maybe it's a good news. It's a Logan only video tomorrow. As most of you guys know, I am in Hawaii right now. My flight is late tomorrow night, or late tonight, actually, at 10 p.m. Hawaii time. So won't be able to come out. But if you remember when Logan was doing the only videos for a little bit, he was scorching hot. So hopefully he continues that momentum he had in his last only video. I think he went 3-0 in his last only Logan video. So look, definitely tune in tomorrow. Logan's on a heater when he's by himself. People argue that I shouldn't even be here. That's how hot he's been. But either way, let's dive into our favorite picks. We're dominating today. And Logan, I got 2 of them, so I'm going to lead things off. I'm going to go to the Guardians and Royals game. Actually, I believe the earliest game on the slate. It's still like a 4 p.m. start time. I'm going with the over. 9 runs in this one. Minus 115 on BetMGM. I actually think this probably goes to 9.5, and that's where it closes. And either way, I like it at 9.5 too. Obviously, we need 9.5 to cash for this bet to cash, but we do have a little bit of potential push equity at that 9 number. If maybe both teams do score 4, then we maybe go to extras and maybe we push at 9. But I really do think they're going to combine for 10 or more runs today. But let's talk about the 2 pitchers that are going out there, because we got Cal Quantrill going out for the Guardians. And honestly, if you've been trying to fade Cal the last 3 starts since he returned, yeah, you're not looking too hot. But let's talk about his season-long stats, because I think some regression is on his way in Kansas City. Because you look at his stats, 5.4 ERA, a 5.75 expected ERA, and a 1.45 whip. Like I said, his last 3 starts have been good, 2-0 and 1 earned run since his return. But I just think that the books know some regression is looming. And this is the Royals team we've said before can hit right-handed pitchers well. You won't see me trust them against the lefty, but they've been able to get some hard contact against righties. And if they can get that contact here against Cal Quantrill, I really like their chances here. And look, the 3 starts that he did well, one was against the Road Rays, Road Rays, I just don't trust their hitting at all. Another against the Angels, who have absolutely just are tanking. And then you get the Giants, who can't hit righties. So you got 3 offenses he faced the last 3 starts that, sure, I can reasonably say, hey, those offenses are not great. But on some days. But the Royals, while some days their offenses here or there, I think they're going to show up today. The reason they're in a pick 'em today, and you rarely see the Royals in a pick 'em unless they're facing, a bottom of the barrel type team, and you're talking about like the Athletics or the White Sox or something like that, you'll see them maybe favored in those games. Well, they're not favored today. They're like minus 102 on the money line. So the books think that the Royals have a chance of winning today, and you wouldn't be surprised if people are back in the Guardians. I think we see the Royals bat show up, and that's what I need. I need the Royals to put up some runs. Also need the Guardians to do some damage too. But at the end of the day, Quantrill, you look at his percentiles: 1st in K percentage, 2nd in whiff rate, 5th in expected batting average, 6th in expected ERA. This is a guy that doesn't miss bats. He probably has a strikeout prop like 3.5, and he gives up some contact. He doesn't give up a ton of hard contact, but he's going to give up some contact, and I like that for the Royals team that also likes to steal bases, get themselves in scoring position, and we'll take our chances there to get those timely hits. At the end of the day, we look at that. They've seen Cal Quantrill a little bit, about 52 plate appearances, basically average stats, 250 batting average, like a 19% K percentage. I think they can get it done against Cal Quantrill. But on the other side, it's going to be Brady Singer. And for Singer, honestly, if there's going to be a Royals pitcher to kind of turn it on here, it could be Singer, because Singer is coming off a lot of really bad starts. But you look at his season-long stats, 5.51 ERA and a 1.45 whip. He's right now, he approached, and I think he just passed in his last start, the most innings he's ever thrown on a season. So I think those innings are starting to catch up to him, and now he's going to set a mark for the most innings he's ever thrown in a career. Obviously a young guy, but the last 2 starts have really shown that the innings are taking a toll on his body, because look at the last 2, 10.45 ERA and a 3.83 batting average, or a 0.383 batting average. Yeah, that's not great. He's allowed 4, 4, 6, and 6 earned runs in his last 4 starts. He's just been struggling, not missing bats. And this is a Guardians team that already has enough, is hard to strike out. They've also seen him already twice this season, and he has polar opposite starts. 1 start, 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 0 earned runs. Then they saw him about 10 days later, 6 innings pitched, or 5 innings pitched, 13 hits. Yeah, 13 hits on a pitcher. That's ridiculous. And 6 earned runs. So they've obviously done some damage against him before. We know how talented the Guardians can be. It's just whether or not everyone's on the same page at once. But either way, we've seen the Guardians 125 plate appearances for Singer, a 11.2K percentage, not striking out him, which they don't do. A 357 batting average, 355 expected batting average. So at the end of the day, I think we get some runs up on those starting pitchers. If we can get an ideal world, we see the Royals leading in this game where we get the worst Guardians bullpen arms, because we can get the worst Guardians bullpen arms. I already know the Royals don't have any good bullpen arms. So give us some bad bullpen guys out there. I think we'll get some runs late in this game. I think we get them early. Give me the over 9 as my first pick of the day. But Logan, you got an under in the first 5. Which game are you going to?
Yeah, I'm going to the Orioles and Astros game, and I'm taking the under 4.5 total runs through 5 innings in this one. Plus 100 odds on Bet365, currently your best value there. Now, I really do like the under in the first 5, as I think we get a low-scoring game to start in this one. Whatever happens in the bullpen, happens in the bullpen. That's my motto when I'm picking first 5s, because I don't care. Like, we're looking at just these 2 starting pitchers isolated, and I think both we get 2 really solid showings. We're starting with Justin Verlander of the Astros, 3.14 ERA and a 1.05 whip at home for Verlander. We know Verlander most of this year has been up and down. At home, it's the best version of himself. He should be able to go out there and have a really solid home start. Look at the Orioles. He's seen this Orioles roster a ton. In 92 plate appearances against Verlander, the Orioles are only hitting 216 with a 26% K percentage. So a pretty decent number play on it for Verlander today. He should be able to go out and mow down some of those Orioles batters. And look at the Orioles. Hats off to them. Big season, big clinch yesterday. They clinched a playoff spot. They got to pop the champagne versus the Rays. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out flat in this spot. I mean, we're all human here. Champagne hangover exists. And I think the Orioles, they kind of reached a little milestone on their team where they're like, yes, we made the playoffs. Heck yeah, pop the champagne. But to me, it's hard to stay hungry all the time, and I just don't see them really coming out against Verlander being all that sharp. Look at the Orioles, too. They're only hitting 216 in their last 3 games. It's not like they're entering this game hitting 300. So, again, I think Verlander's going to stand a really good chance at keeping this total under 5, and that means it hinges on John Means. John Means of the Orioles, 5.4 ERA and a 1 whip on the year. John Means has only has one start. His most recent start was his first start since April 2022. There was obvious rust there. John Means is a better pitcher than what he went out and did in his first start back from injury. Means gave up a couple home runs and only had 1 strikeout. I think he's a better pitcher than that. I've seen him at a higher level than that. Look at Houston. I think he's actually has an okay matchup today, because Houston's only hitting 209 in their last 3 games versus lefties. It's not like they're smoking lefties right now at all. And we know this Astros team's pretty up and down. I mean, anytime we take an over, the Astros bats MIA. Anytime we take an under, we'll see what happens today. I still think John Means goes out there and puts up a really solid showing. I think we get sort of a pitcher stool through 5 innings in this one. Look, if you told me each of these starting pitchers could hold their opponent under 2 runs through 5, I would say, yeah, that sounds about right. And I think that's exactly what happens today. But Austin, got the 3rd pick. Where are you going?
Yeah, Logan, when you talked about the Astros, you gave me PTSD about their bats. I mean, I can't with that team. But for the 3rd and final pick of the day, we're actually going to first 5 team total, a market that we've really dominated. Normally we give out pivots, and I'll give it some more pivots in this one. We're going to the Red Sox Rangers game, and I'm actually taking the Red Sox team total over 1.5 runs, first 5 innings, minus 125, little juiced, more juice than we normally give out, about the maximum I normally play on PointsBet. Personally, I play it right around, I think it was minus 135 on DraftKings. That's fine with me. If I were in that position, or if this maybe gets a little bit too juiced, if you do have a FanDuel one, I don't mind a pivot to try and take the Red Sox in the first 5 money line, or you're not first 5 money line, unlike a same game parlay we do. I think you could get some good value taking the Red Sox plus 2.5 or 3.5, maybe taking an alt over like 3.5 runs. I do think Tanner Houck is going to give up some runs for the Rangers, or against the Rangers, but I also think Jordan Montgomery, who's going for the Rangers, starting for them, will give some runs against this Red Sox team. Now, obviously, Jordan Montgomery was a Yankee, which is where the Red Sox saw him a ton. Then he went to St. Louis, and then they traded him over to the Rangers early on in the season. But it hasn't mattered for him. When he's at home, he actually struggles, which is very weird. You don't see guys normally struggle at home and be good on the road, but that is exactly how he is. Because you look at his starts and his ERA at home, they really haven't been too good. I mean, you look at his stats. He just, I don't know what is with him, but I'll take it. 4.10 ERA and a 274 batting average allowed at home, compared to 282, 2.82 ERA and a 227 batting average allowed on the road. So very odd. It doesn't matter really where he's pitched. He's been struggling at home, and I'll take that because you look at this Red Sox team. They've seen him a ton when he was with the Yankees. A 13.7 K percentage in 102 plate appearances, a 279 expected batting average, and a 7.8 walk percentage. This is a Red Sox team that will not walk a lot, but they might walk here against Montgomery. And I think at the end of the day, I think we see them do some damage against him, especially against Montgomery. He's coming off his best start of the year, or one of his best. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 0 earned runs allowed to the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, in his 3 previous starts to that, 3, 6, and 5 earned runs. So will we see, kind of just like Justin Verlander, who I actually love Logan's pick because Verlander's coming off a terrible start. He gave up like 5 or 6 earned runs to the Athletics. Not normally a guy that strings together 2 bad starts. Verlander, that is. A guy like Montgomery, rarely see him string together, 2 really good starts. And we're only asking this Red Sox team to put up 2 runs, which I certainly think they're capable of. In his last 3 starts, first the Red Sox all came back in 2022, gave up 3, 2, and 3 earned runs. It's kind of what we're looking for today. And you look at his other pitcher props. We're thinking about his earned runs prop and his outs prop. Earned runs prop sits at 3.5 plus 130 on the over, or 2.5 plus 130 on the over, whereas his outs prop sits at 15.5 plus 110. So they don't really think he goes more than 5 innings. I mean, they're giving you plus money if you think he goes longer than 5, and they're also giving plus money if you think he gives up 3 earned runs. But we're kind of in that middle spot where we only need 2 earned runs. We can afford errors, and we can afford anything fluky to happen. We have our chances here. So I really think this is a good one. I think the Red Sox, who have burned us plenty of times, they only got 2 more weeks left in the season because they ain't making the playoffs. Sorry, Red Sox fans. Don't mean to tell you that. You ain't making it. I think the Red Sox might get us 2 runs. I know Logan has some choice things about the Red Sox. They don't love hey, look, we only got 2 more weeks of betting the Red Sox, and hopefully they treat us nicely. Logan, any final things before we get out of here?
No, I do really like the pick, and I like your analysis on it. I mean, these first 5 team totals are a market that FanDuel doesn't offer because I think they know it's really hard for books to price this because starting pitchers, if they're going to struggle, they're going to struggle through 5, and 2 runs should be doable for this Red Sox team. I say should be because
There's a keyword. Keyword should. That's what we
yeah.
always can say about the Red Sox. But let's hopefully they show up. Yesterday, it felt like I bet the Red Sox. They went 1 for 14 with runners in scoring position. Hopefully they got all of that out of their way yesterday. Hopefully today they show up on Monday. But either way, 3 picks, 3 winners. If you want to go check out our parlay of the day, I'll link it on the screen once it is live. Should be live early on in the morning. Austin Logan signing out. Last video in Hawaii. Hawaii's treated us well, especially for football picks. So I might have to stay if Monday night goes well. But either way, go check out those Monday night football videos. Logan and Austin signing out. We'll see Logan tomorrow. You'll see me again on Wednesday with the edited videos back to normal. We'll see you guys then.